All right, another episode of What's This Guy Up To? So I've currently just cut this piece to do this. I'm looking at remaking, let me shift that a little bit. Looking at remaking this. So it's got a fold here, 90-degree fold that comes out. It's got this funky situation here to allow the bolt to go through to the Y-frame behind there, and it's going to meet up here with some repairs that I've previously done. Go have a look at other videos if you haven't already, but I just figured I'd do a little bit of shaping. Again, because I don't have the proper folding tools, I'm just going to be folding this back kind of 90-degree piece, and then I'll be coming out here and I'll be welding this and then welding this, and to make it a bit nicer for me, I'll weld it from the back, and I'll try to have a bit tighter gaps than I did. So on this I welded out the back, but then because I had gaps just come through the front, which isn't the end of the world. It's not very high. I can knock it down with this little guy. So you know, it's hard to see. That's very minimal bumps. Very hard to tell on camera, but or it might be that hard, but you know, that will, for being in here, for being all the way over here down the bottom, man, by the time you paint it, even putting paint on it, people talk about filler this and filler that. Yeah, filler will get it. That's fine. We're not looking for a perfect thing. We're looking for what looks all right and is strong, and that's strong as. You know, the steel will fail long before the weld will. So the theory is that my welds, as long as I get them nice and hot and plenty of gas, I should be fine. Famous last words. I'm just fine-tuning this. I figured I might as well do another video, because I do really want to do these regularly, but at the minute I've had a few things happen, and like I've needed to go get parts. I found some cheap car parts up in the northern suburbs of Adelaide, so I went and grabbed them. What else did I do? I've got coilovers for my Commodore, my daily. So yeah, what a surprise! The Holden guy has a Commodore as a daily. But it's good. You know, I do carpentry. I do second fix, so I'm a qualified carpenter, and I've recently just changed jobs. I used to work in automotive restoration, which is where I developed definitely developed a bit of a passion for cars a little bit more than before. I definitely got encouraged to go out and have a crack, and just to do it, and just to get things done, and not worry about things being perfect, you know? Like, you know, that's something that I've said in a couple other videos, and I've understood it quite well in the recent months, that you've just got to have a crack, and I'll bang on about that till the cows come home. But you know, it's good, like something different. There's certain things that you can't just have a crack at. Like, you're not gonna just have a crack at building an engine. You're gonna do it properly, otherwise you'll have big problems. But having a crack at welding, great. I don't miss the I guess connotation, or however you want to say it, that oh yeah, yeah, this is all highly structural stuff, but it's still something that honestly, like, yeah, an engineer possibly might not pass it, and they might not be happy with what exactly you're doing, but it will be okay. I mean, these cars were designed by engineers back in the day, but they were put together by regular blokes, and you know, those guys were skilled. You might look at the stuff that they've done back then and go, geez, why'd they do it that way? Or, you know, like, it was crazy. They were stick welding staff, and depending on how old the car is that you're talking about, but it, you know, like, they just kind of raw dog things back in the day, and it's just, I think it's really cool that people could just have a crack. There's some rules, but for the most part, you know, if you know the rule book, you can play. And like, this car's registered. Now, I don't know what state or even what country you're watching from, but here in South Australia, you can, provided a car hasn't proven itself unroadworthy, like a policeman would defect it or something like that, providing that hasn't happened, you can keep the car on the road indefinitely. So this car was out of rego. I think I checked it before I registered it, and it was, the expiry for the rego was 1990, if I remember. I really annoyed I didn't take a screenshot of that. It has since lapsed again since I've had it, but I registered it in October 2024, I believe, because I wanted to check that the tags were clean and it could be registered before I got too far into the restoration. Because if this needed to go over the pits, I probably wouldn't bother, to be honest. To go over the roadworthy system, if that's not clear. Anyway, so I saw that it had been registered in 1990. I thought, oh yeah, cool. I took in a couple forms to the post office. Didn't have to go to the police station or to the Department of Transport or anything. Just rocked up and just handed in this form. I think maybe my ID, and maybe not even that, and just literally to the local post office, and walked out with a registered car. And the car was in this condition. It wasn't driving, it wasn't running, and that's completely legal here in South Australia. The car's clean. I don't want to know about it. And that is, honestly, it's sad. That's probably one of the best things about living here. People bang on about living in Victoria and how there's so many more opportunities for cars and for jobs and just all sorts of things. But you could just have a car, have it in a paddock, and then register it in South Australia. I think that's pretty neat. Okay, can we see that? Ooh. Yep. Does that look nice, everyone? Yes, it does. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. So this is piece number 1. Then I'm going to build piece number 2, maybe. I don't like that piece. Maybe I'll do this piece next. It'll come up here, up to the new stuff I've welded. Come down here. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Stuff it. Yeah. That's not quite big enough, is it? And that piece is big enough for there. Could I get away with this? So how big is our piece? It's like 110 by 40-ish. 110 by 40 and then flex the ruler in. 140. No, hang on, I'm tripping. It's 40, not 140. That's so silly. 40 by 20. So that means I need 60 mil. So 60 mil. And then how big is this piece? 50, 60 mil, let's say. Perfect. I'll tell you what, it's cold. It is so cold. I'm not loving it. I'm definitely not loving it. 60 mil. Oh. Alright. Oh. So cold. Winter's definitely not my favourite time of the year. It's good for the waves, good for surfing. Definitely fun like that, but everything else is cold, lots of rain. What else is there? Not heaps of tourists, which is good shout. It's nice and quiet down here in the winter. School holidays are on at the minute, but they're not too hectic. We just stay out of the main part of Victor Harbour and, you know, happy days. Now, this guy will be a bit more tricky than the last one. What I'm thinking, I kind of trace it. Tracing where those creases will be. And trying to suss what the heck I'm gonna do. It's a cool thing. It really is a unique thing that you just send it. And just make it nice. And you know what? You're gonna score up a couple of pieces, but you'll be alright. I'm hoping that once this bit in here is gonna flex, coming up, it's gonna distort the piece, but we should be okay. And what we'll do is we'll just use this guide, this piece, so that's how much we have to curve it. So apologies. I don't normally give you a warning, but if you can't figure it out, it's about to get loud in here. What's the time, guys? Alright. So So it's actually flat. Okay. It's actually flat up the top here on the body of the car. Here you go, you get up in its business. So it's actually flat there. So I can keep that flat. It's just right at the back where it kind of curves around. So yeah, I've got my little piece down here as a template, so I'm fine. But what do I want to do? Ball peen. This is my best friend. Look at that, gorgeous. She's seen a few things, I tell you. Doesn't get as used as much now. I mean, it doesn't look like carpenter's hammer, does it? But what I noticed late is this is sick. I didn't realise, but they made a flat surface for it on there. I don't really know exactly what it's for, but that's cool how you can use it to get nails on the side or to bash something, to bash a bit of sheet metal or something in flat. So anyway, I'm getting distracted. My froth tools are so good. They're so good. I love buying them. Don't tell the missus, hey? I don't know how loud that is over headphones, but surely that's not too bad, eh? It's no more grating than my voice, I'll bet. Can you see that? So I don't need to. Yeah, you can't even see it. It's, you know, it's painless in the anus sometimes. Anyway. Maybe I'll do a bit more. I don't have a good setup yet, so I'm gonna have to go in and use the vise in the back room of the shed. So you're gonna have to talk amongst yourselves for a second. So now that I've got the shape, this is super rough, but I've kind of got a shape there, and you're like, yeah, but you're supposed to have that flat and that flat. So it looks like that. But don't you stress your pretty little head. I've got that guy and that guy, chuck it in the vise and it'll fold. I need some duckbills. Yeah. I'll be back. I'm gonna take this guy. That's my best friend. Alright, come for a wander. Okay. So let's see how we go. So I'm holding the hammer there, and with that hammer Maybe I'll be better off there. Kind of brace myself there. It's all very hard to do this without dollies, but anyway. That's okay. And then what I'll do, that's the stuff, actually. Back to here. Don't get dizzy, hey? Cool. That's surprising. That's surprising how well that's worked. Look, it's not perfect. It's not a machine, but I think that's okay. You gotta make do. Oh goodness. You know, can't get it all perfect. This is lovely. It's absolutely what we're going for. Okay. Just gotta do a little shuffle. Okay. Oh, sorry. Welcome back. So, as you can see, that's pretty close. So I'm going to give that a trim up. And I hope I don't trim it too much. Interesting. All right. I think I'll wrap this up in a second. Now, that's a back view of what I'm going to be dealing with. And look at that. That's not perfect. That's got a bit of a gap in it. Looks bigger on camera. But I'll shape that a little bit. And that's not too bad. I'll make that work. I'm very, very happy with that. So I might call that a night. And a night, you know, I'll keep working, but stop the video and maybe do a short video of when I've got it all welded together, and you can have a look. Maybe I'll do a video of welding it together. That could be good. Thanks for tuning in. Till next time, see ya.